Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Obviously, I'm. A lot of people are talking about this, and I was going to talk about this too. I already shared the post. I already shared the picture on my community page. If you know about the whole Stephanie McMahon stuff. Um, Ding gone. The woman's gone. The witch is gone. Another one that's going to be gone. We all knew that this was going to happen eventually. Deep down, all of us knew that this stuff was going to lead up to Stephanie McMahon, which is me and my sister were talking about. I'm like, no wonder Shane got out of the company. He sold all his stocks, but he's still involved with it too because he knew about it and didn't do anything, obviously. So that's something to keep in mind. And Paul Triple H, he's gone too. There's already people talking about there's a- um there's already people talking about where the Rock leave because all these allegations and shit like that. And some people even point out that he probably knows or probably is involved. I won't be surprised if he is, to be quite honest with you. Look, you might disagree, and that's fine because you love The Rock and shit like that. But let me tell you this: look how it is with the presidency. I'm not getting political here, but I want you to think of this: you have a puppet on the screen that keeps talking and talking and talking, like you see your presidents, right? And every time we get a new president, that's a new puppet. It's just the hand is still the same. So that's what the Rock took over Vince McMahon's stuff. So what do you think he has? Just saying, right? People want to point out that he's innocent and shit like that, and I'm like, okay. You can literally find YouTube videos of him saying certain stuff that's just flat out disgusting as fuck. Especially that SNL skit of him making a fucking rapist robot child, a robot that molests children in an SNL skit. Really? If people want to laugh at that shit, that's not funny. That's not funny. That's never been funny. But yet, if we do it here on YouTube, we get penalized. We get fucking FBI's and on doors and all this shit. But what's a famous person says it? Oh, it's fine. They don't get the hammer. They don't get investigated. You see, so that's sus. That is sus. That's what we call sus, my people. So moving on with the whole Stephanie McMahon stuff and the Vince stuff, obviously. Obviously, this was going to come. She's daddy's little girl. All right. And the whole thing that happened to Ashley, man. I've always been a big fan of Ashley. You knew that she couldn't wrestle, but you know she was at least trying, and she was a performer, and she was also entertaining the crowd. But what happened to her and shit like that is just is wild. If that happened to her, imagine see the other superstars. There's even back then Ashley was around for a while in WWE before and she got like a concussion, I guess, or something happened to her when with Trish Stratus or some shit, and Trish Stratus just said shake it off because obviously if because if Trish Stratus gets in trouble, obviously then she's going to get consequences with it, you know. So there's a lot of wrestlers that are involved with this stuff, not the allegations type of stuff, but a lot of stuff that Ashley was involved and no one didn't help her basically. Now all of those people might just have to go to court, might just have to. It makes sense though. It would make sense. All right. And remember Caitlyn? We all know the stories of how Stephanie McMahon doesn't like Caitlyn. And if Caitlyn stood in the WWE, man, oh man, that's one superstar that they just decided not to fucking care about. And I'm over here like, yo, guys are fucking stupid. She could have been the real Ripley. She could have been. But you looked at her and say fuck off, fuck off, either because she didn't follow in line what you guys were doing, Stephanie McMahon, or she saw what you guys were doing and she got caught, and you told her, oh, if this gets out, you're fucked. Either way, she's either way she hasn't been talking about all this wrestling stuff anyways. I'm sure she's still a fan of AJ. I'm still I won't be surprised if they're still talking to each other, you know. Um, but there's more allegations are going to come out. You think this is with Stephanie? You think this stops with Stephanie McMahon? Big Papa Triple H is going to get the boot. People have been talking about is Triple H going to get fired, and at first it's like the only reason that I can see him get fired is more of the allegations come up, and he's involved along with Stephanie. Look at that, Stephanie's involved. Why wouldn't you think that he's not involved? Or any of these other superstars, like Undertaker, for example. Guys, this is stuff that needs to be questioned. This is stuff that needs to be asked. Don't bury your head in the sand just because you don't want to hear your favorite superstar fucking doing fucking crooked shit. They've been walking for a man that's been doing crooked shit. You upset you will accept Vince McMahon and Stephanie doing that, but not Triple H or The Rock or Taker or even John Cena. Come on, remember that time when these whole allegations first started and John Cena was just like, oh, Vince is Vince. You gotta love McMahon. That is, I don't know what's the worst comeback. What John Cena said about that, or what Triple H said. I think those are both right there the worst comebacks, the worst reactions that you can say to about this man. Oh, I want to focus on the positives. Oh, Vince is Vince. Some people seem to forget about this shit with John Cena. Have you forgotten? And when you tell these wrestling fans, you're going to be like, no, I haven't forgotten. Some of us have. I haven't forgotten. That shit's still in my head, still to this day. Right? So there's a lot of shit that's coming out soon, man. There's a lot of shit that's coming out. Brock Lesnar might just plead guilty. He might. He might just obviously it makes sense, but that just shows it right there anymore, man. If Brock Lesnar can go down, so could The Undertaker, so could The Rock, so could Triple H, so could Shane McMahon. I know some people might be like, oh, Shane and all this stuff, but there's a reason why he sold his shares and then left. He probably saw the right, and many people say that he probably did that because he knew he was not going to get the company. Probably that, or he probably saw something else and he was just like, nope, I'm not getting caught with this shit. Bye. Here's all the money. Here's all the blood money. Here it is, and I'm gone. But he still needs to be accounted for because he didn't say shit. He could have gone with WWE with an open hammer and sliced the shit out of it, and he could have probably kept it. He probably could have come back, and people would have looked at him as freaking with open arms, as fucking Christ. Seriously, of the WWE. I'm dead serious. I'm saying he could have. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying that it could have happened. It could have. And I'm not saying Shane doesn't know his shit or anything like that. But remember how they always say he's a part of the boys? I bet he is. You guys clean each other in the showers or some shit? So there's a lot of shit, man. There's a lot of shit that goes to this crap, man. There's a lot of shit. So the whole Vince and the whole Stephanie McMahon stuff with obviously she's going to get the boot. Automatically, the court is going to see Vince McMahon and her as, especially Stephanie McMahon, with the Ashley situation, yeah, they're gonna look at her and Vince as potential threats to society. Yeah, and they're gonna lock him up. You think Stephanie McMahon is gonna is gonna is gonna be taken care of in that prison? Where they're gonna treat her like Yolanda when she killed Selena? I doubt that. I doubt that one bit. But I say this right now. I say this right now. If we find out, if we find remember the whole remember this whole bully campaign and stuff like that. Don't be surprised if any of these superstars did something to these kids. I'm saying that right now. And if that comes out, if there is something like that that comes out, that company is getting stomped on and shit upon for years to come. Because there's no going back at that point. You know, having allegations to a young woman and shit like that is bad, obviously. Sex trafficking a young woman is bad and shit like that. But when it comes to kids, all bets are off. They will put you in the prison system, and everyone that knows that knows how you got there will literally will kill you before you wake up the next day. That's how the prison is. Okay, they love their kids basically, and if they find out that you're there because you molest a child or some shit like that, guess what? You are getting fucked bad, really bad. Some people even die just by what is it killing their own child when in the fetus or out of the fetus. You know, so imagine that. There's people in prison system, people in prisons that will be like, oh, this motherfucker needs to be gone. You think Stephanie McMahon can last in that scenario? She'll be gone. She'll be gone before midnight. You think Vince McMahon can survive in that atmosphere too? Are you kidding me? With what? His money doesn't hold any ground in there. He's gonna get his ass kicked and butt fucked. I'm dead serious. And there's even people in prison that care about their daughters, and when they hear about this shit, they want to find that motherfucker and fucking kick their ass. You'd be surprised how much people in the prison systems actually care about their daughters, their kids, and shit like that. You'd be surprised. And then when they hear shit like this and they find that person inside that prison cell, they'll be like, "See you outside." Just saying, man. Just saying, man. This is something that needs to be talked about. Also, why is my phone talking? Shit. This phone, man. This one does not want to work the way I want it to. But going back, I think that's really it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. There's a lot of shit that's going on around here. And like I said before, you think Stephanie McMahon is the you think she's gonna be the final one? Mm-mm. This shit's gonna keep on piling up. Everyone knows this. Everyone can feel it. You know. And I kind of sometimes I kind of feel sorry for the wrestling podcasters, mainly because some of them don't even want to talk about this shit at all whatsoever. They just want to talk about wrestling, and I'm over here like, I get it, but you need to get out of that wrestling bubble, man. I'm dead serious. Now, if you are out of that wrestling bubble, and that okay, that's fine, but you still gotta face the facts that this shit just happens in the world, man. And you can understand that and shit like that, but you can also be like, why with wrestling? I'm like, it happens with everything. Look at Walt Disney. look at look at look at all the other shit that's in Hollywood. You know, All those Disney cruises that they always promote and shit like that. Yeah, guess what they go to? To Epstein's Island. Islands are all like that. Yeah, that's not fucking conspiracy or rumors or anything like that. That shit's fucking true. That's out there. That's literally out there. When the whole Jeffrey Epstein shit happened and all that shit, and all these celebrities got fucked over, that was mentioned along with Disney. Like, Disney got threw under the bus. What do you think they're losing so much money right now? People are watching still Disney stuff, but people on top of Disney are being pulled over under the rug and they hitting their face on steel and it hurts, as it should, because they have so many skeletons in their closet to the point that they can't hide it anymore. They can't hide it. Same thing with WWE. They have so many allegations up their ass that's still not gonna stop. Just you think sooner or later we're gonna hear some deaths in this shit, man. I'm dead serious. Sooner or later we're gonna hear some deaths that actually took place with the company. I won't be surprised. When there's sex trafficking happening and literally destroying your superstars like Ashley, then you have you have no choice but to eventually get that karma. That karma's gonna get you, whether you like it or not. You could be on top as long as you want, but that karma is gonna come tenfold. If it doesn't come to you tomorrow, if it doesn't come to you 5 years from now, it will. And when it does, it's gonna come tenfold. And this is what's happening to this company right now. Okay? I was gonna I was gonna make like a huge rant, but it's like it's almost about to be 9 soon. It's 8:30. Just became 8:30. Yeah, I just got home. So I'm not gonna make a huge rant out of it. But it doesn't need to be. What 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 matters is that these people are getting caught, and the people that have been suffering, hopefully they can find peace. Basically, um, and it sucks that that happened to them. It shouldn't happen to nobody actually, but here we are. All right, here we are. This is not even an enlightenment video, but holy fucking shit, man. This is why there's certain people out here that should be taken down because they don't deserve what they have. And then there's people out there that always say, let it go, man. You can't really do anything, which is bullshit. You can do something. You can always do something. You could, you can literally do anything you want, even if it's in another side of the world. You guys have no idea how meditation is, man. Meditation is crazy. In projecting yourself in the astral realm and literally using your imagination to change shit. Oh God, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Once you realize that shit, your everything's your oyster. Everything's pure imagination for you. But a side note, but that's besides the side note there. What you guys think down below with this whole stuff? Do you knew that the Stephanie McMahon stuff was gonna happen? I knew eventually it was gonna come out. I know some people were saying that hey, maybe Stephanie McMahon could come back eventually to WWE. Well, it looks like she's not coming back at all now. At first, when you do hear that, she could come back, I'm all like, there's a reason why she left a long time ago. When her daddy stepped in again before he left finally. And let's get this one thing straight too. Stephanie McMahon was one of the reasons to tell her father to not come back. Maybe she should have took her advice. Maybe she should have never came back. Maybe when WWE was finally sold to UFC slash TKO, all of them, everyone that was part of the McMahons, anyone that was associated with the McMahons, should have left. All of them, including Triple H. Look, people are going to realize that if Triple H is gone, what's going to happen to the wrestlers that he built? What's going to happen to the wrestle? What's going to happen to NXT and all that shit? And remember, Triple H is friends with Shawn Michaels. We all heard the stories about Shawn Michaels and Vinnie McMahon back in the '90s. I don't know about you, but I've always heard that they used to be butt buddies. Reasons why Shawn Michaels found Christ. Oh man, I'm not gonna go after people's beliefs and shit like that, but that is fucking hilarious, man. That is fucking hilarious. And I mean, Shawn Michaels did told the Undertaker stop chasing that dragon, and Undertaker kept chasing that dragon. And look how his body is now, because he kept chasing that dragon along with that witch of a wife also. No, not bitch, witch. There's a difference. Just because I said witch doesn't mean that I really mean bitch. No, I mean witch. Yes, you'd be surprised how many witches they are in the WWE. I hope you know. Rhea Ripley is one of them. She is. But she's so good though. But there's a lot of witches in the WWE landscape, man. There is. The biggest one is Stephanie McMahon. Um, Linda knows it. Linda knows it. Her mommy knows it. Why do you think Shane is always close to his mom and Stephanie's always close to her daddy? But I won't be surprised if Shane gets involved in this. And probably Linda McMahon probably would get something on this too. She might not get the whole thing, but she might get some of it. She might. She might. She might. Um, the reason I say she might is because they could investigate her just to see if she knows anything else. Sometimes that happens, man. Sometimes they have to clean with a clean swab to the point that everything needs to be thought out. Everything needs to be looked at. Everything needs to be scanned. Because don't leave any stone unturned, basically. And that's what they're gonna do. They're not gonna leave any stone unturned. If they even get a whiff of like, they're gonna check on you. So I'll see you guys later. I know I should have closed this video off a while ago. I know I've been closing it for like 3 or 4 times now, but this is it. This is it. I just wanted to get more of my thoughts out there before I literally end the video and stuff like that. But this is so. I mean, obviously we knew. Again, going back, we knew this was going to happen. But it is a fucked up situation, obviously. And what happened to, again, going back, what happened to Ashley shouldn't happen to anybody. Shouldn't even happen to her to begin with. Should have never happened to anybody to begin with. But the fact that this shit happens in this company and no one doesn't even bat an eye is fucking sickening. Right? You even have, what is it, Ronda Rousey even pointing out some stuff about this shit. No wonder she doesn't want to come back. I haven't heard the whole thing about Ronda Rousey, but I have heard that there's some things that McMahon was doing that she was probably taking part of too. Not with the allegations, but she was probably doing things for her to stay in that company, basically, to get the top shit or whatever. You know, it's almost like this: someone is sucking somebody's dick to get on top. That's basically it. It's either the men or the women. Someone's getting their dick sucked. Your discretion is advised. Well, I'm not a, I'm not a kid channel. I'm a mature channel. I'm rated M for mature. Sometimes AO. Sometimes. You're not gonna see no nudity, but um, sometimes my language is not for not for adults either. It's for mature audiences only. Very mature people, and actually would get it. So I'll see you guys later. And just be safe out there. And more of this allegation is going to come up soon. Just more. All right. Every every day that goes by, WWE is getting more and more and more and more of this, and sooner or later it's gonna be up to the point that maybe WWE will have to talk about it, the company itself. Most people are like, would they even do that? Probably, probably not. But I tell you this, if they don't, if something huge comes out to the point that WWE needs to fucking talk about it in their fucking television shit, then they will have no choice but to talk about it. I don't care if they make it into a segment, they still need to talk about it. I guarantee you, if if this blows over, I guarantee you they will use this as a storyline. It's WWE, man. They make anything as storylines at this point. I'm dead serious. They'll literally, this is the same company that will literally take your marriage and split you up on purpose just to laugh at you, just to make sure you and your wife are not together anymore. Because they think that you should not be with a woman like that. This is the same company that will literally take um, a dead superstar that everyone loves and say that he's in hell. It's good shit. Really? It's good shit? That pissed a lot. Still to this day, that pisses a lot of people off. That pisses so many people off. And and Rey Mysterio, as the friend of Eddie Guerrero, he didn't have to say in it. What he said? Oh, Eddie would have loved it. What the fuck? That's not a friend. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. A friend would be respectful and be like, I'm not saying that shit. The whole thing when John Moxley, when he was about to say to Roman Reigns in that promo that Vince McMahon wanted him to say and he didn't want to say it. And then ever since then they hated Dean Ambrose, John Moxley ever since. Not his friends, obviously, not the boys. At least I don't know. Maybe that changed. I don't know if they even on speaking terms. So that's it, guys. I'm gone. And 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 if The Rock is gonna go down, imagine Roman Reigns. Holy shit. Hey man, maybe it's about time that Roman Reigns drops that title. Because if his cousin's gonna get the boot, he might just get one too.